Back at Wayne's mystery headquarters for Batman, he and Alfred start annihilating all that could attach Lucius Fox or Rachel to Batman. Alfred attempts to work Bruce out of it, requesting that he persevere through these difficult times and permit Batman to go with the ideal decision that no other person can to ultimately benefit the city. Bruce makes sense of that Batman can't persevere through the obligation regarding blameless people kicking the bucket, particularly where Rachel is concerned. At the question and answer session, Harvey endeavors to dissuade the gathered press and police to not yield to the apprehension that the Joker has released upon the city. He concurs that Batman is a vigilant, however, that individuals of Gotham ought to consider him responsible and not surrender to the impulses of this psychological oppressor known as the Joker. In any case, individuals are overwhelmed with dread, shouting out "Not any more dead police," to acclaim, demonstrating that Harvey cannot influence them. Upon his disappointment, Harvey reports that he is the Batman, and moves bound and removed. Bruce Wayne is displayed with a look of disarray all over. Rachel, watching the news meeting at Bruce Wayne's penthouse, defies Alfred over Bruce's appearing weakness in permitting Harvey to accept any penalty when he professes to be Batman. Alfred makes sense of for Rachel that Batman is, all things being equal, permitting himself to be something different other than a legend, chiefly a figure beyond the framework that individuals can both go to or fault in the midst of hardship, that Batman can take it. Rachel gives Alfred a letter for Bruce and advises him to give it to Bruce when all is good and well. At the point when Alfred asks what it is, she lets him know it is open and embraces him prior to withdrawing to see Harvey as he is being shipped to the province secure. While being taken to an escort that will move him to a region, Harvey makes sense of for Rachel that this is Batman's opportunity. He then takes out the coin and says heads, "I proceed with this," and flips it, arriving on heads. At the point when Rachel lets him know that he can't take a risk with something to that effect, he flips her the coin, uncovering that it is a two-headed coin. During this vehicle, he's anticipating getting gone after by the Joker, and he's anticipating Batman to come and save him, and to catch the Joker. The guard takes off. While shipping Harvey, the Joker and a few thugs begin taking out the squad cars in an enormous semi-truck. He takes out a RPG and starts terminating at the defensively covered truck conveying Scratch. The Tumbler shows up and endeavors to stop the Joker, and is hit by one of the Joker's RPGs. His vehicle takes disastrous harm, and he's compelled to discharge. Notwithstanding, the launch in this vehicle is a bicycle, the Batpod, that conveys out the front of the vehicle. Batman pursues down the Joker on his Batpod, and subsequent to terminating a few links at the truck and winding around them through a few light posts and structures, flips the truck totally finished. The Joker arises with a Smith & Wesson M76 submachine weapon and takes shots at Batman, who speeds towards him on his Batpod, meanwhile shouting at Batman to hit him. Batman respects his own non-deadly code and steers around the Joker, then, at that point, collides with the flipped truck, tumbling to the ground. As the Joker bounces on him with a blade, one of the SMAC officials holds a shotgun to the rear of his head, and after eliminating his protective cap and cover, shows that it was Lieutenant Gordon, who faked his demise to safeguard his loved ones. The Joker is pulled away to the MCU. Harvey escapes the truck and into a cruiser, expressing he is set for see a stressed sweetheart. At Gordon's Significant Violations Unit building, Gordon is elevated to chief by the city chairman. The Joker imparts a cell to a huge man who gripes about his inner parts harming. Official Gordon, in the wake of rejoining with his family, gets a call making sense of that Harvey never made it home. He gets back to the jail to cross-examine the Joker. During the cross-examination, Batman shows up and begins beating on the Joker, attempting to find out where Harvey is. The Joker gets under Batman's skin, letting him know that they are the two oddities, and that when individuals of Gotham never again view Batman as a need, they will turn on him. Batman becomes infuriated and puts a seat under the entryway and beats the Joker brutally, However, the Joker simply chuckles and resistant lets Batman know that there isn't anything he can do to him to hurt him and that he really partakes in the beatings. The Joker savagely uncovers that Harvey, however, Rachel are in isolated areas, both restricted and lashed to explosives that will detonate in a short measure of time. He gives the areas of the two, saying that he has the opportunity to save one of them and that he should pursue a decision that will disregard Batman's code of non-deadly means, that one of them will pass on since Batman can't save them both. Batman takes off, let Gordon know that he's pursuing Rachel. Gordon prepares a few men and heads off after Harvey. As Batman and the police are surging towards the two detainees, Harvey stirs to hear Rachel's voice. Whoever caught them set up a radio framework so the two can impart. Harvey lets Rachel know that all will be great, and Rachel advises Harvey that she needs to wed him. While Mark attempts to move in his seat to track down something sharp to cut his ropes with, he falls over and thumps an oil drum down, and fuel spills all over portion of his face. In the interim, back at the prison, the Joker deceives a cop and keeps him locked down, and he tells different police he simply needs his call. After getting a wireless and dialing a number, the huge man that was in the cell with him explodes. The Joker had cut him open and embedded a wireless set of gadget within him. The Joker gets low and escapes the prison. Batman shows up at the location that the Joker had let him know Rachel was at. However, when he opens the entryway, he finds Harvey imprint, all things being equal, who shouts in despair at having been found rather than Rachel. Gordon shows up at the alleged area for Gouge, yet the stockroom detonates and Rachel is killed. As Batman saves Gouge via completing him of the stockroom, the blast touches of the gas that immersed Imprint's face, terribly consuming it. Gouge is taken to Gotham General Emergency Clinic. Batman visits Gouge in the medical clinic and leaves him the two-headed coin that they found at the site where Rachel passed on. One side of the coin is as yet gleaming, while the opposite side is scratched and consumed. Alfred peruses Rachel's letter. She makes sense of that she will wed Harvey Mark and that when she let him know that she would be with him when he never again should be Batman, that she would not joke about this. In any case, she understands that he will constantly be Batman, so she will continuously be there as his companion. Bruce communicates to Alfred his annihilation behind losing Rachel and that he feels liable for rousing frenzy and demise. He lets Alfred know that she planned to sit tight for him. Alfred decides not to give him her letter, saying the time isn't correct and that with Harvey Gouge hospitalized, it will ultimately depend on him alone to battle the wrongdoing in Gotham City. In the meantime, Harvey awakens in the clinic with an enormous wrap over portion of his face, tracks down his currently scarred two-headed coin, and shouts out in torment over losing the one individual he cherished.